for millennia, the immortal heart wandered the world, cursed to live forever, her heart pulsating with endless life. Her footsteps left no trace, her shadow cast no mark, and her tears fell like rain upon the earth. She had seen empires rise and fall, witnessed stars die and be reborn, but through it all, loneliness lingered like an eternal winter. The legend spoke of a being unlike any other, a guardian of stone who once protected the realm but was now imprisoned by time. This StoneMan, they said, slumbered in the high mountains, waiting for the one who could bring him back to life. The Immortal Heart, weary of her isolation, sought him out, not for salvation, but for company. The mountain was a desolate place, its jagged peaks piercing the heavens. Snow and wind howled, and the air was thin and biting. As the Immortal Heart ascended, her shimmering cloak of crimson seemed out of place against the grey and white monotony. Her glowing, ever-beating heart was visible beneath her translucent skin, illuminating her path. After days of climbing, she reached a secluded plateau. In the center stood the StoneMan. He was colossal, twice the height of any mortal man, his body etched with the passage of time. Cracks ran along his granite form, moss clung to his arms, and his eyes were closed as if lost in a dream. The Immortal Heart approached him cautiously. Despite his stillness, an aura of power surrounded him, making the air heavy. She reached out, her fingers brushing against his cold stone chest. "They say you are waiting," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Waiting for someone to awaken you. I have no magic, no key, only my heart that beats forever." Her tears fell, glowing softly as they landed on his chest. A moment passed, then another. Just as she began to pull away, a faint tremor shook the ground. The StoneMan's eyes opened slowly, revealing orbs of molten gold. The cracks in his body glowed faintly, like lava flowing through a rocky riverbed. He moved stiffly, as though awakening from a dream that had lasted centuries. His gaze fell upon her, and for the first time in ages, he spoke. A voice deep and resonant, like the groaning of the earth itself. "Who are you to awaken me?" he asked, his tone neither hostile nor kind, but curious. "I am the Immortal Heart," she replied, her voice steady despite her awe. "I have lived for ages, seeking something, someone, to make my existence less empty. I heard tales of you, a guardian frozen in time. I thought perhaps we could share this endless journey." The StoneMan studied her, his movements slow as he flexed his massive hands. "I was a guardian," he said after a pause, "but I failed. My people fell, my kingdom crumbled. I was left here, a monument to my failure. Why would you want the company of such a being?" "Because," she said, stepping closer, "I have spent my eternity trying to find purpose, and I think you have one still if you choose to embrace it." The StoneMan agreed to leave the mountain, though his steps were heavy, his movements deliberate. As they descended together, the Immortal Heart spoke of the world as it was now, a place of chaos, beauty, and constant change. He listened, silent but attentive. In a bustling village at the mountain's base, the locals recoiled at the sight of the StoneMan. Children hid behind their parents, and elders whispered tales of the mountain guardian who had once protected the land. The Immortal Heart acted as his bridge to humanity, her glowing presence calming their fears. Slowly, they began to trust him. The Immortal Heart encouraged him to explore life beyond his duty as a guardian. She showed him how to appreciate simple joys, the warmth of the sun on his stone skin, the sound of birdsong, the laughter of children. In return, he showed her how to build walls, not of stone, but of resilience, to protect herself from the crushing weight of eternity. As the StoneMan and the Immortal Heart grew closer, whispers of their bond spread across the land, but not all were pleased. A sorcerer, whose lineage had been wronged by the StoneMan's kingdom centuries ago, sought revenge. Believing the StoneMan's awakening threatened his power, the sorcerer unleashed dark forces to destroy them. The first attack came in the form of shadowy beasts that ambushed them in a dense forest. The StoneMan, though rusty in battle, fought valiantly. His massive fists crushed the beasts, his glowing cracks burning away their dark essence. The Immortal Heart, though no warrior, used her life-giving energy to heal him when he faltered. The sorcerer himself appeared soon after, wielding ancient magic. He taunted the StoneMan, calling him a relic of a bygone era. But it was the Immortal Heart who stepped forward. Her voice rang out, clear and powerful. "You call him a relic, but he is more alive than you will ever be. He has learned to feel, to love, while you cling to hatred and revenge." Together, they fought, their bond giving them strength. The StoneMan's might and the Immortal Heart's light proved an unstoppable force, and the sorcerer was defeated. With the threat vanquished, the StoneMan and the Immortal Heart stood on a cliff overlooking the vast world below. The sun set in brilliant hues of gold and crimson, casting a warm glow over them. "I was once a guardian of a single kingdom," the StoneMan said, his voice softer now. "But with you, I feel I can protect something far greater, not just people, but hope itself." "And I," the Immortal Heart replied, her hand resting on his massive stone arm, "have found that eternity is not a curse when shared with someone who understands its weight." Their journey together was only beginning. Hand in hand, stone and light, they set out to face whatever the world had to offer, not as individuals bound by curses, but as two souls intertwined by love and purpose.